welcome to the deep dive. Sometimes the simplest things, they hold the most profound truths. Take flowers, for instance. We see them everywhere. We admire their beauty. But have you ever really stopped to wonder what's really going on beneath the surface?
Yeah.
What hidden messages do they carry? And, beyond just looking nice, what do they truly do for us?
Yeah, it's a brilliant question, really. And that's exactly what we're hoping to unpack today.
Good.
This deep dive, we're going to explore the fascinating psychology behind giving and receiving flowers.
Okay.
And their incredible journey through cultural meanings, like across centuries. And how surprisingly our modern perceptions of them can vary, well, quite dramatically across different generations.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're drawing from some truly insightful research to really get to the heart of it all.
So our mission today is to understand this profound, often invisible role that flowers play in our lives, from boosting our personal well-being, maybe, to shaping societal traditions. We'll try and connect these threads to truly grasp what it means to give and receive a gift that, well, blooms.
Exactly.
Now, when I think about flowers, my mind immediately goes to that instant lift they seem to give. Is that just me, or is there something, real happening there when you receive flowers?
Oh, absolutely not just you. The research on this is actually incredibly compelling.
So,
When you receive flowers, it has this remarkable, immediate psychological impact. For starters, they significantly improve your positive mood, making you feel happier, more relaxed, and surprisingly, even decreasing the chances of, say, stress-related depression.
wow, really?
Yeah, and they don't just offer, fleeting joy. Studies show both immediate and long-term effects on emotions, mood, even memory.
Memory, too.
Memory, too. Imagine feeling a positive mood lasting up to 3 days after getting flowers.
Yeah.
That's what women in some studies reported.
3 days from just one bouquet. That's far more powerful than I would have guessed.
It really is. And, flowers can even act as a genuine morning pick-me-up. People who are typically maybe less positive in the early hours, they reported feeling happier, more energetic just from looking at flowers first thing.
Okay.
And at home, they seem to help reduce anxiety and foster compassion, providing this subtle but real boost of energy throughout your day. What's truly profound, though, is how this connects to our health. Flowers can actually accelerate healing.
How so?
By stimulating a positive outlook. Exposure to natural surroundings, we know it's incredibly restorative, right?
Like being outdoors.
Exactly. It reduces stress, stimulates the mind, and that can lead to tolerating more pain and maybe even needing fewer painkillers.
That's amazing.
Plus, there's a small practical bonus. Indoor plants humidify the air, potentially reducing headaches. It's almost like a natural prescription for well-being.
That's quite the revelation. So, as you're listening, maybe take a moment to reflect on the time you've received flowers. How do those feelings, that sense of joy or calm or connection, how does that resonate with what we've just discussed?
It really does make you rethink the quiet power held within a simple bloom, doesn't it?
It really does.
So, okay, we've talked about the magic of receiving flowers, but what about the other side of that coin? What does the act of choosing and, giving flowers say about the person doing the giving?
That's where it gets really interesting, too. There's research, actually, from Rutgers University that paints a pretty compelling picture of how flower givers are perceived.
Okay, how so?
It turns out that people who give flowers are often seen as, well, successful, caring, and emotionally intelligent.
Emotionally intelligent?
Yeah, it goes beyond just being polite. Both men and women who give flowers are perceived as happy, achieving, strong, capable, even courageous. There's this impression that they can effectively express their feelings, and, importantly, that they genuinely take the time to understand the feelings of others. That's a strong positive association.
It is. And specifically, women who give flowers are often seen as more appreciative of beauty in nature. But this isn't just about making the recipient happy. The act of giving flowers actually seems to boost the giver's self-worth, too.
Really?
Yeah, and it nurtures relationships by showing genuine care, creating these truly lasting memories.
So it's like a profound two-way street then. It benefits everyone involved.
Precisely. And there's a key detail here that's quite fascinating. Flowers tend to induce what psychologists call a true smile in women.
A true smile.
Yeah, the Duchenne smile, where both the mouth and the eyes engage.
Ah, right. I know the one.
That genuine smile generates this reciprocal positive response that benefits both the giver and the receiver. It creates a powerful positive feedback loop.
Interesting.
And this stands in pretty stark contrast to other common gifts, maybe like fruit or a candle. Those often generate less of an initial positive response and don't seem to have the same lasting emotional impact.
So there's something unique about flowers there.
It really speaks to a unique emotional resonance that flowers possess.
It's incredible how something so natural can be so, well, nuanced. So what does this all mean beyond just individual feelings? How do flowers communicate with us on a broader scale, culturally, historically, maybe even personally?
Well, this leads us right into the historical language of flowers, or floriography as it's known.
Floriography, I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's this practice that carried deep significance for centuries. We see hints of it in ancient Greece, Egypt, Rome, China.
Wow.
But it really flourished during the Victorian era. People relied on actual guidebooks to decode specific messages, subtle expressions of affection, all hidden within different blooms.
Like an elegant secret code.
Exactly that. It was an entire lexicon embedded in nature.
Amazing.
And the symbolism, it varies hugely across the globe, reflecting really diverse histories and values. If you look at China, for example, the peony is revered as the king of flowers.
King of flowers?
Yes, symbolizing wealth, prosperity, honor. Meanwhile, the lotus represents purity and spiritual enlightenment there. Okay.
Then in Japan, you have cherry blossoms, sakura, which are these poignant symbols of the transient nature of life, and their traditional art of flower arranging, ikebana. It emphasizes harmony, simplicity, balance.
Right, ikebana is beautiful.
It is. And in India, marigolds are integral to Hindu rituals, signifying auspiciousness, purity, and again, the lotus symbolizes divine beauty.
And I know different flowers carry powerful meanings in the West too, right? Beyond just red roses for romance.
Oh, absolutely. In ancient Greece, the laurel wreath was a huge symbol of victory and honor.
Ah, the laurels.
Exactly. And the narcissus flower, linked to the myth of Narcissus, carries associations with self-love, maybe vanity. In the UK, the red poppy is such a powerful symbol of remembrance for fallen soldiers.
Yes, Remembrance Day.
While the rose, especially the red one, is a national symbol representing love and romance. Then you hop over to Mexico, marigolds or cempasúchil are central to Dia de Muertos, the Day of the Dead.
Right, the orange flowers. Yes, they're believed to guide the spirits of the deceased, symbolizing the sun and the fragility of life.
Beautiful symbolism.
It is. And in the U.S., sure, the red rose signifies love, but the white lily is strongly associated with purity and sympathy, often used at funerals. Even way back in ancient Egypt, the lotus symbolized creation and rebirth. The blue lotus was linked to the sun god Ra, believed to have magical properties.
Fascinating.
And just one more. In South Africa, the striking protea, or sugar bush, is their national flower, symbolizing beauty and resilience.
That's a truly global conversation happening through petals, isn't it?
It really is.
But beyond this broad cultural symbolism, can flowers reflect something more individual, like personality? I've heard about this idea of a gifting personality and how our own traits might influence what we choose.
Oh, they absolutely can. This ties nicely into the Big Five personality traits model. You know, openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism.
Right.
Your personality definitely shapes your gift-giving choices, and we can actually connect specific flower types to these traits. It's almost like choosing a floral avatar for yourself or a friend.
Oh, I like that. Give me some examples.
Okay, so for the adventurer, someone bold, unique, unafraid of change, the distinctive protea is a perfect match.
Ah, the South African one.
Exactly. Then the soft, layered peony, full of feeling, that's ideal for the romantic.
Makes sense.
Lavender, with its gentle, grounding presence, that suits the thoughtful introvert.
Calming.
If you're an optimist, cheerful, and vibrant, think of the Gerbera daisy, just pure joy.
Yep, I can see that.
The timeless, graceful rose, that's for the elegant traditionalist, loyal classic.
A classic choice.
And for the creative dreamer, someone artistic, imaginative, the ranunculus, with its intricate petals and amazing color range, is just right.
That's a wonderful way to personalize a gift. Really thoughtful.
Right.
And what about the psychology of flower colors themselves? Do certain colors evoke specific feelings, sort of universally?
They certainly seem to. Generally speaking, warm hues think red, orange, yellow, pink. They tend to evoke energy, excitement, joy. Red is famously for love and passion, right? Yellow often signifies happiness, maybe new beginnings. Pink can convey platonic love or admiration. On the flip side, cooler tones like blue, green, purple, white, they tend to promote calmness, relaxation, tranquility.
The calming colors.
Exactly. Blue often signifies trust and wisdom. Green, well, that's nature and renewal. Purple speaks of royalty, luxury. And white is widely associated with purity and sympathy. It's all part of this incredibly intricate visual and emotional language that flowers speak.
This has been so insightful, really
Yeah.
peeling back the layers on flowers. But now, let's pivot a bit. There seems to be a significant challenge facing the floral industry today.
Ah, yes.
A noticeable decrease in demand for fresh-cut flowers, particularly among younger consumers.
Yeah.
We're talking about Generation X and Generation Y. It seems their relationship with flowers is, well, maybe a bit complicated.
That's a crucial point, and it definitely reveals a fascinating generational divide. To understand it, it helps to quickly define these groups, at least based on the source material we looked at.
Okay.
Generation X, typically born between 1965 and 1976. They're often characterized as educated, media-savvy, self-reliant, pragmatic, and maybe a bit cynical about marketing messages.
Got it. The pragmatic generation.
Right. They tend to value money, possessions, and the actual shopping experience. Then you have Generation Y, or millennials, born roughly 1977 to 1994.
Okay.
They're thought to have pretty distinct traits and spending habits, often distrustful of, say, political agendas or biased media. They tend to respect parents and grandparents perhaps more than celebrities, and importantly, they grew up accustomed to having discretionary income.
Okay, so different backgrounds, different values, perhaps. How does this translate to their views on flowers? What's the core issue for the industry?
Well, the research indicates Generation Y generally has a more negative or maybe just ambivalent attitude towards flowers as gifts compared to Gen X.
Why is that?
The core issue seems to be perception of value. They often view flowers as a perishable luxury.
Ah.
There's a definite reluctance to spend money on something beautiful, yes, but something that will only last a few days.
Right, the longevity factor.
Exactly. They also often perceive that their friends don't particularly like receiving flowers compared to other products, and they feel there are just many other, maybe more appropriate or longer-lasting gift choices available. This is kind of compounded by a lack of visibility, too. Gen Y participants in studies reported seeing significantly fewer advertisements for flowers compared to other common gifts like, books, music, gift cards, even food or candy.
So they're just not top of mind.
Pretty much. This leads them to generally spend less on floral gifts, and they actually find them more difficult to purchase than these other alternatives.
More difficult? How so?
Maybe uncertainty about choice, or where to buy, or quality. And what's really striking is when asked about gifts reflecting their personalities, Gen Y participants felt flowers didn't really connect with them personally as much as, say, books or music did. Those were seen as reflecting their personality best.
So it's not just about cost. It's about perceived value, relevance, and personal connection. Is Generation X equally skeptical then?
No, not really. Gen X generally holds a more positive view. They find flowers easier to purchase than things like books, interestingly. And they do feel flowers reflect their personalities more.
Interesting difference.
Yeah, and there's also this strong positive correlation that shows up between flower purchase frequency and age. Basically, people tend to buy more flowers as they get older.
Why do you think that is?
Well, older consumers, for example, report more situations where giving floral gifts feels appropriate. Think get well wishes, funerals, anniversaries maybe. It suggests a greater established comfort and tradition around flowers for them.
Okay, that makes sense. So the big question then, how can the floral industry bridge this gap? How can they cultivate a stronger connection with these younger generations, especially Gen Y, who seem a bit disconnected?
Yeah, what are the most impactful strategies they could implement?
Right.
This really is a vital question for the industry's future. And the research does offer some clear, actionable strategies, kind of breaking it down by the classic marketing mix: product, price, promotion, placement.
Yeah, let's start with product.
All right, on the product side, perhaps the most impactful change could be addressing that perishable luxury point directly. Increasing flower longevity is key.
How?
Well, by consistently supplying good flower preservatives, maybe even offering creative ideas like drying kits or materials for making bookmarks or cards from dried petals, it's about extending the value and the memory beyond the initial bloom.
I like that, extending the experience.
Exactly. And also innovating on the product itself, developing more unique, maybe trendier arrangements. Offering more unusual or modern flower types could really appeal to a younger aesthetic, moving beyond just traditional bouquets.
Less traditional, more unique.
Right. And another interesting idea, pairing flowers with companion products that Gen Y does appreciate.
Like what?
Like bundling them with a CD or a book or maybe a relevant gift card. Interestingly, Gen X also liked pairings, but preferred them with gift cards specifically.
Bundling for better value perception.
Precisely. And for plants, promoting lower maintenance options with super easy care instructions could overcome the perception that potted plants mean increased responsibility. Oh, and one more thing, avoid dyed flowers and gimmicks. Gen Y focus groups saw those as cheapening the gift.
Good tip.
Okay.
What about pricing and promotion?
For pricing, it's not just about being cheaper across the board, but offering more flexibility. Provide diverse price ranges, maybe smaller, less expensive arrangements that still have that trendy, unique style that could fit varied budgets better. Offering special discounts and sales, obviously, and that bundling idea we mentioned, it improves perceived value and could potentially increase overall spending on floral gifts. Also, maybe promoting floral arrangements specifically as trendy birthday gifts, since birthdays often have the highest spending limit for gifts in general.
Smart targeting. And promotion. How do they reach Gen Y?
Promotion needs a major rethink. Launching educational marketing campaigns is crucial. Many younger people simply don't know the traditional meanings or aren't aware of all the occasions where flowers could be appropriate.
Right, filling that knowledge gap.
Exactly. Advertising needs to be much more visible and effective. When it year-round, not just holidays. And make it original, think funny, professional, engaging campaigns. And critically, use the platforms where younger demographics actually are.
Social media.
Absolutely. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. The core marketing message needs a refresh. Something like, flowers are pure safe, trendy, and appropriate gifts for everyone. Shift the perception.
Pure safe, interesting term.
Yeah, meaning it's a gift their friends would approve of. And of course, underpinning all this, excellent service, high-quality products, and product guarantees. That builds positive word of mouth, which is huge. Maybe even develop an expected longevity chart for different flowers to manage expectations and reduce disappointment.
That's a practical idea.
Yeah.
And finally, placement. The experience of buying flowers.
Right, the physical and virtual spaces. For physical florists, it's about creating more inviting, modern store exteriors. Clear signage is surprisingly important to draw in foot traffic.
Making it less intimidating, maybe.
Perhaps. And hosting engaging events, things like live music nights or flower design classes, that could attract younger visitors and make the flower shop a destination, not just somewhere you pop into quickly.
Making it an experience.
Yes, partnering with other gift stores perceived as trendy could also increase ease of purchase and attract young consumers who are already shopping there. And a really compelling idea, especially now, developing a line of locally produced flowers.
Ah, the local angle.
Exactly. This appeals directly to customers who care about supporting the local economy, sustainability, ethical sourcing values that often resonate strongly with younger demographics. It's really about reimagining the entire floral ecosystem to meet modern preferences and values.
Wow. What a truly insightful deep dive into the world of flowers. We've seen they are far, far more than just, decorative items.
Absolutely.
They're powerful symbols, deeply interwoven with our psychology, our culture, our social interactions, even impacting our health and how we perceive each other.
Indeed. And understanding all these intricate layers, from that immediate delight you feel when receiving a bouquet, to the subtle messages carried by a specific bloom or color, and even these generational shifts in how they're valued, it allows for a much richer appreciation, doesn't it?
It really does.
And maybe a more intentional way to engage with the world of flowers.
So here's a final thought for you as you listen. The next time you consider giving a gift, or maybe just pause to admire a flower somewhere, consider not just its surface beauty, but that intricate tapestry of human emotion, history, and even modern economics it carries within its petals. What new messages might you discover, or perhaps send, now that you've truly taken this deep dive?